Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to look at training load and effort levels. Now an easy effort does not mean an easy training load, and it's something that people don't tend to talk too much about, hence why I'm doing this video. Now training load essentially is how hard your body's working, so it's a ratio or it's a calculation rather based on the amount of training you're doing and the intensity of that training. So volume, basically the amount you're doing times by the workload, the intensity is what is in our training load. So it's often thought that if you're doing, lots of easy miles, that's not too bad. It's nice and light. That's still, with the volume being quite high and the training intensity being low, it's still potentially quite a big load on the body. Equally, if you're doing short sessions but they're really intense, that can also still be quite a high load. It's all relative to what your body and your muscles, your connective tissue, your heart, everything is ready to do. So we need to think about more than just one of those factors. So if, for instance, your legs feel absolutely brilliant, maybe you're someone who recovers incredibly well. However, your heart rate is quite high, your heart rate variability, if you feel cognitively kind of knackered and drained, you're not sleeping well, then regardless of how your body feels, if everything else isn't quite right, and if there are other signs that you're not quite well, then your training load may need to be lower and you might need to ease it back a bit. So the effort physically might feel great, but heart rate might be a bit too much. Usually we see it the other way around. So usually people's heart rates are maybe nice zone 2 training, they're lovely and low, nice and light, feeling otherwise good, but maybe their bodies are feeling quite knackered. They know the legs feel heavy, they again maybe experiencing some troubles with sleeping. Then at that point, doesn't matter what the heart is telling you, your body needs the rest. Very, very rarely do I see people go into a race or have issues with injuries and aches and pains, which are coming from doing listening to their body. Usually it's they've gone, oh, my heart rate's low though, but yeah, but your body's knackered. If you're especially if you're experiencing great fitness gains. So if you're producing much, much faster times, you're training quicker, you're doing a little bit more, but nothing too crazy, your body still may find it hard to catch up. Your muscles, your connective tissues may still be at a higher risk of injury. Just because one is good doesn't mean the other is. So we want to make sure we're factoring this in. So if you are going out for your runs and your legs constantly feel heavy on your easy runs, even if your heart rate is great, you probably need to ease it back just a touch. Doesn't need to be tons, but just bring it back a little bit might well be really, really helpful. So what we're looking at as well is elevation. Now, elevation's a kind of interesting one. I had somebody message me about this a couple of years ago now, saying, "Oh, well, I'm going to do my easy ones. I'm going to do them hillier because of the slow pace." Doesn't matter about the pace. The pace, the heart rate doesn't really matter. It's what is your body doing. So if they're going through that and they're going through more work uphill, that's hard on the body. They're going through more downhill work, which is much more eccentric contractions, that's hard on the body. And this is a person who's had, at this point, a couple of injuries already. So it wasn't the right idea to do at all. So where they had this idea of, hey, I'm going to do a slower run, it's going to be an easier effort. I'll just take it a bit, off road. I'll do some hill work in there. Can be okay, but in this instance wouldn't have been the right call. So, and I find for most times that's not a good idea. So don't base your effort level on your pace. Don't necessarily base your effort on your heart rate because again, this can be inaccurate. Even the chest-based ones aren't perfect. They're pretty good. But there's other metrics to think about. So think about the stats and data. Yes, what your watch tells you is important. However, think also about how you're feeling. Keep a diary of what you're doing. How do you feel after each run? How do you feel in the run? Are you loosening up and getting better as the run goes on? Great. But again, it's still a sign that maybe you need just to ease it back just a touch or just hold steady. I've done a video on this as well about plateauing and actually holding a plateau for a week or two to give your body a chance to adapt. It's a great tactic. You don't need to necessarily drop back, but steady the ship, give yourself a couple of weeks, be patient, and you might well find you can push on again from there afterwards. So please, basically, the message is don't think that because runs are feeling great and easy that everything is necessarily tickety boo. Look at all the different factors that might be backed into. So heart rate, pace, yes, but what do you feel like? Are you sleeping well? Do you constantly feel tired? Do your muscles ache? Are you feeling just really lethargic in the legs? Are you feeling sluggish when you first get going? Any of these things are also things to factor, not just the paces. And yes, think about your goals. Ultimately, you need to train a certain way for your goals, but be willing to compromise on those to keep your running consistent, keep your running safe, and make sure you don't get injured. See you soon.